Hi, we're your hosts. I'm Heyman Bekele.
And I'm Hasset Bekele.
And you're listening to Hot Topics. A few weeks ago, the Taliban took control of Afghanistan.
You've probably heard all about this on multiple different news and social media sources. And today, on the 5th episode of Hot Topics, we're going to give you a quick analysis of our own on what's happening in Afghanistan.
Let's start from the beginning. The Taliban are known for being an ultra-conservative political and religious party that emerged in Afghanistan in the mid-1990s.
In addition to their conservative views, they are known for removing many rights from women.
If you listen to our Better Books episode about Malala, we discussed the hardships she faced as a female under the Taliban rule.
One example of this was how the Taliban didn't support the right for women to go to school.
As well as women not being able to go to school, the Taliban did not support women going outside without a man being next to them.
These are just a few of the injustices women suffered under the Taliban rule.
In addition to inequalities between men and women, the Taliban had many more conservative rules for the people to follow, including
men are forced to grow a beard,
women are not allowed to go to work
or travel alone and must cover their entire bodies,
cosmetics are banned,
women's pictures printed in newspapers and books or hung up on walls are banned,
all people with non-Islamic names had to change them to Islamic ones,
and the list continues with nearly 100 rules, mostly targeting women.
If anyone were to break these rules, they would receive severe punishment from physical abuse and verbal abuse to even public executions. The US overthrew the Taliban in 2001, but no one could have expected them to come back just 20 years later.
20 years has passed since the US took the Taliban out of power in 2001, but recently it has been increasingly clear that the Taliban are back.
In an unexpected surprise, the Taliban went back into power a few weeks ago and are now controlling Afghanistan, including the capital of the country, Kabul.
During the US's evacuation of Afghanistan, many Afghan citizens were trying to flee in any way possible.
To illustrate, there are so many people in Afghanistan airports that people have to fight their way through the crowds. During the rush, there was a bombing inside of the airport that resulted in the killing of many people, including some who worked for the US military. The dust has now cleared, and people are starting to move on with their lives, especially those who had already lived under Taliban rule. But the future is still uncertain for many people.
The Taliban want to form an inclusive Islamic government and become a peaceful country. They've even said they are no longer opposed to women going to school, but reports are already coming in of this being false.
At this time, all people can prepare for was what life was like 20 years ago when the Taliban ruled.
So we'll all have to wait to see how this all plays out.
Exactly. Today on Informative, we talked about the crisis going on in Afghanistan.
From who the Taliban are to their beliefs,
to finally what lies next in the Afghanistan crisis.
A big thank you to all of our listeners.
You can reach out to us on Twitter at InformativeTeam.
We'd love to hear what you have to say about our informative episodes.
You can find the rest of our contact information in the description below.
And be sure to subscribe to find out when the next episode of Hot Topics will be out.
This is Heyman
and this is Hasset,
signing off.